Alright guys, so home workout. Normally I would go downstairs into the garden where I have the dumbbells and stuff. But today we're gonna try some different things, okay? We have resistance bands, so we are going to try to make something out of it, sorry guys. Yeah. So we're going to try to make something out of the resistance bands, okay? I've bought myself resistance bands. I already had this one, which is up until 25 kilograms. And we have this small baby up until 15 kilograms, I think. But we have some additional bands here bought. And this one is heavy duty. Seriously guys, this one is very hard to even pull. Yeah, it's 104 kilograms. So most of the bands go like between 75 to 85 at max, but I've never seen a resistance band going to 104 kilograms. So that's crazy. I think this one goes 35 to 55 or something. And this one is between the heavy ass thing. These bands are from Superband Ditman. If I kind of find a link, you know, I will put it down below. But these bands come from a website who is supplying for medical care. Okay, so these are high quality bands. A lot of resistance bands, they are just being made pretty much everywhere. And the question is, are they reliable? I really don't know until you have test capabilities inside a laboratory, but most of us don't. I've also bought myself these tactical gloves. Okay, these gloves come from these are from the brand Mechanics. This is actually the gloves they use in the military as well. And the reason being I'm using it because, for instance, if you're gonna pull on a 104 kilogram resistant band, it's gonna create a lot of friction inside your hands, right? So that's the reason why I bought myself these tactical gloves. As you can see, you know, the fabric is like brushed leather, something like that. But yeah, again, if I can find some links, I will put them below. They fit perfectly well, and they will keep my hands like a baby skin. So, without further ado, guys, upper body day. Let's try it out. Let's get something working with the resistance bands, and there will be a lot of trying out. Okay. So I need to figure a lot of things out. I have also this plug here, which I can put behind the door to make sure that it goes out like this. I put the band through it, and then I can do some pulls. I don't know if I'm gonna do that right here in this particular house because the doors are pretty new, and I've had some clients that have actually demolished their doors by doing some TRX training on the door. So, you know, gonna try it out. Be aware, guys, be aware. Let's try it out. Impossible, guys. So this was way too heavy. We're gonna use these. And instead that my feet are shoulder width apart, I'm going to spread them even further, okay? Okay guys, so we're going to stand wider. like this. All right, this is gonna work. Felt pretty good, so alright guys, this one is easy. We're going to get ourselves into table rows. I'm gonna grab it here and we're gonna elevate our legs. So feet are elevated. Balu, go, stop. We're gonna lift ourselves up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase the weight with the dog. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. I'm gonna stand in between. Going to spread out. This works pretty okay. I think we can even go like this. So that was actually pretty good. I feel it in my hamstrings though. But the green band, we have found a solution which is better for me than the inverted rows because I do way too much reps. I can still pull it out, but I have to do a ton of reps, you know, to get some soreness in. All right, guys. So we're gonna do a sort of a bench press here. Okay, we have here this band, but this resistance is too much to do both hands, and I can do push-ups reversed, but this band is too heavy. Okay, the other one is too light. What I gotta do, let's film it like this. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna hold one hand here so I have enough leverage here so I can push out from the ground, okay? Okay, so we have one hand close to our armpit, so that creates more leverage here on this side. And we're gonna push out like a dumbbell press. Gonna keep our chest up. Wow. Rows, seated rows. You need to use your feet to hold the table, because otherwise you're gonna pull the table like this. And this is a heavy table. Alright guys, side raises. I'm gonna step on the other side of this band and go to the other side to do the side raise. So that's time for some intro workout. Milk. I love it. I love it. Diet Coke, milk during the workout. It's all good. All good. Inclines, and we're gonna do incline push-ups from the table. You wanna lift up your hips a little bit so you can really target the upper chest. Otherwise you're gonna get like a bend from the legs, and then you're gonna resemble a normal push-up. So we really want to tuck in, keep those hips back, and therefore we're gonna hit the incline chest. So now we're going to increase the resistance by going a little bit higher on the kitchen table and using a band. Hands go through them, go behind, so you have your hands like this. I'll do it from the side so you guys can see what I actually mean. Hips back. Heavy. Next exercise, face pulls. Gonna do it outside. There, I got a band. Let's go. Welcome back, side bro. All it takes, guys. Door stopper, the lightest band for triceps extensions. Last two exercises, hammer curls, and we're gonna do some overhead triceps with the bands. Let's go. All right, for the triceps, we have here beneath we have a door anchor, and now we have attached the band to that. I suggest you use some fabric in between the door here. I've got my son's sock. So yeah, let's get in some extensions in. So we need to increase the resistance. We had way too many reps. So we're probably gonna, I'm not gonna hold my hands to the end, but we're gonna pick it a little bit higher, so that should be the right resistance. So we have the length of the band here. Instead of this, in the end, I'm gonna grab a little bit higher, and then therefore we're gonna shorten the loop, the resistance. We're gonna create more tension. Again, make now 2 loops. Come close. 3 loops. 3 loops is like just like that. Wrap it around the foot. Yeah, that's good. So in my book, I write it down like hammer curls with a red band, 3 loops at the foot. I'll write it down, and hammer curls 8 reps. Bicep curls, easy quad curls. Alright fellas, last but not least, let's see if this enhances the net light. Last but not least, we are going to do the overhead triceps. We're going to take in our position, like we did with the EZ bar and the overhead presses. And we need to grab a little bit wider, okay, because otherwise there's not enough resistance. All right. Okay, I need to be a little bit closer. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, there's a loose bit of rubber here. That's because I have actually shortened the whole circle. So that was just it, about 10 to 15 centimeters wider grip, and it was enough resistance to do the overhead triceps. Crazy. As you can see, you can play with these bands in different directions, angles, lengths, so therefore you can get very much out of one band if you use them correctly. Okay, you can, you know, if this is a loop and this band is actually 24 kilograms at the full stretch position, you want to create direct tension, you know. And let's say if this is on a pole and I was standing here and doing tricep extensions, there's no resistance at all. The resistance starts whenever it is stretched, and then it gets enlarged. So therefore, when I'm looping the band, the distance for creating resistance is much shorter. So therefore, I already have a shorter way to go in terms of range of motion to, you know, get the muscle activated and have it working. Now we can loop it like this, but we can also loop in small increments like this. Add another increment like this. That's what I did with the hammers. So this way you can make use of your bands 100%. Use different rep range. If you feel it's a little bit too light, you do these different changes, if you will. So one interesting side note, guys, for you to know, I've read down all my numbers. I know what I need to hit, and all of my numbers that I did with the resistance bands training were actually all below 15 reps. And if you have seen my video about the coronavirus COVID-19 home workout presentation, you also know that everything above 15 reps you need to be executing in total muscle failure every single set. If it means for every single set you are above the 15 reps, which most of the time, if somebody is over the 15 reps, pretty much all of the reps is probably all above 15 reps. So with that being said, with the resistance band training, I didn't have to go into muscle failure. So it was pretty much good enough. If I had one more rep in the tank, 2, 3 more reps in the tank, it didn't really matter, okay? For instance, the hammer curls, 10 reps, 8 reps, tricep extensions, 13 to 15 reps, the overhead, the last exercise I did, 7 to 8 reps, EZ curls, 7 to 8 reps, incline push-ups, 12 reps. These are low numbers, and these are intensities which are enough for not having to get into failure every single set, because that's taxing if done correctly. So that's the last thing I wanted to say about this. Now getting in some yogurt and call it a day. It's late, but oftentimes these workouts, tend to because I've been doing this stuff for 2 hours, because I needed to figure out how I'm going to approach things. It's totally new again for me. I know what to do, I know how to create the tension, I know how to work with the bands, but to create or mimic the exercise that I normally do inside the gym, you have to find the need, have to be creative, and the thing with the bench press, I haven't seen it before. I just came up with it during working out. So the one that I had, hold my hand here, had to loop from my back, and then doing this. Serious, I was doing like max 7 to 8 reps. That's pretty much my bench that I normally do, and I couldn't do any more. That's normally my bench that I could do with 127.5 kilograms bench press. So now you know that it is equivalent what I'm doing here and doing that exercise. Now, because that band, the green band, was way too heavy, too strong to have both hands extend. Therefore, I thought, hey, wait a second, if I can hold this one here, give this one a little bit more leverage, then I can stretch it out and mimic a unilateral bench press, if you will. So that's how you fix the things, guys. Up until the next time, let's go.